Oh, fuel additives, fuel additives, fuel additives, fuel additives. Are fuel additives okay? Which one should I use? How much should I put in? You know, blah, blah, blah. All the questions around fuel additives. Snake oil. Snake oil, some people call these sorts of products. So, you know what? Let's just have a discussion. We've discussed it before, and we'll discuss it again, right? Because somebody missed that video. So you just got to subscribe, turn the bell on so that you hear it as it comes out. What I'll try and do at the start of each video is let you know what it's going to be about. But if I say we've got a whole heap of information in the title or at the start of the video, it's just going to go all over the place, right? There's going to be heaps of info, so you really need to watch those ones, otherwise you could miss it. Now, okay, so fuel additives. Now, you don't need to use any fuel additives, okay? Just like you don't need a catch can, you don't need a bloody cut bananas, right? You don't need bananas. There's a lot of things you don't need that you've got. You don't need an extra fuel filter. That's a separate video. We're not going there. I know some people got it, they love it, they think you need it, and that's fine, right? We've got our information. A lot of people know it's good, but we're not talking about that one. This one is, what was this video again, what we're talking about? Right, pretty well almost forgotten what I was talking about. It's not even a joke, you know. Fuel additives, right? It's that boring, fuel additives that you don't need. So I've answered for the people that are busy, you don't need fuel additives. Now this is why. Basically, a diesel injector and a diesel fuel system is clean, okay? So other than whatever the filter's pulling out, you know, small debris, dirt and bits and pieces and whatever crap, because you get that, all the fuel transfer situations, you know, the oil's getting refined. I'm sure it's nice and clean then in most cases, but then it goes on and off ships and trucks and on and off trucks and in and out of tanks and through hoses that sit on the side of tankers driving down the road in dust, dirt and rain and all that sort of stuff. So that all ends up in tanks. That's why you just got to have your filters in place, and filters are they've only got a certain amount of efficiency and all that sort of thing. But we're not talking fuel filters, are we? We're talking about fuel additives, right? So you add something to a fuel, then obviously it's not going to clean the fuel. You can't add an additive in that's going to clean fuel, right? Now some people have seen videos, you know, fuel doctor, this, that and the other. There's all these different brands. You can do whatever you want, right? You can believe whatever video, but let me just say, if you've got fuel that's got water or dirt, debris or anything in it, you know it's in there, right? So it's in a 1 litre bottle or a 100 litre bottle or a 10,000 litre bottle, whatever, how many litres, tanks, whatever. If you see it in that litre bottle and you pour some chemical concoction, I don't know what it is, into it, and it makes it disappear and go clear, do you really think that's a good thing? Wouldn't it be better if it stayed separate and it got separated in your fuel filter and any water, dirt, debris stayed there where it's meant to? If you can hide it to the eye, you can probably hide it in the fuel. Now, maybe I'm a dum-dum on this, right? Because I don't know how this stuff works, but it was in the fuel, you can't take it out. But now is there a possibility that, I'm just calling it a possibility, is there a possibility that that water or crap that was in the fuel is going to then go through the fuel filter because it's kind of hidden from the filter as well? Or are you telling me we needed to pour it in there to make it look good so we can sell it to you, and then once it goes through the filter it gets separated again and it stays behind? See what I mean? You're having a laugh by now. It's like, it doesn't matter what it looks like, all that matters is the fuel filter works. Fuel additives, right? A fuel additive can't clean the fuel. Okay, now there might be something in some fuel additives that can kill algae and stuff like that, or help prevent it. I don't know about that. Okay, so I can't advise you should we use this additive. I don't use additives. I don't have algae, right? So I suppose that's going to be a bit of luck. If you put fuel and some bad fuel in your tank, then you might just have it, right? But I'll tell you, it's super rare. We rarely see anything coming out of fuel tanks. We see all these injectors, the internals, and that's what I'm telling you, they're clean. There's nothing to clean. What's dirty is outside the injector, in the combustion area, the top of the piston, you know, maybe the rings, maybe the injector nozzle, but you've still got a good spray pattern, everything's working, there's plenty of pressure there, it's all happening. If you didn't, you'd have issues, right? It wouldn't be running right, you'd have noises and whatever. Heap of Crimson Rosellas back there, right? Anyway, so what you know, you just got to go, well, hang on, so it's not going to clean anything that matters, because, you know, you put it in the fuel, it's not going to do anything in the combustion that cleans that combustion, right? The best thing you can do to have clean combustion, as I keep mentioning other videos, is have a clean running engine and fuel system, as in injectors working right, so not old flog worn out ones. And that's what happens. It's wear and tear in the injectors. They're metal wearing parts, and of course they're very fine tolerances, so then they don't work as well anymore. And then if they don't work as well anymore, then what happens? You know, they're not working right, and putting additives in might be hiding a problem. Now, we sometimes use, only in this vehicle, in the 120, not in the Hilux or any other vehicles. It's more of a I'm testing it out to see type product. Now, at one point in time, I was sure that it quietened it down, but I'm not so sure really. So, you know, we use the Lubrimax. It's called Knockout. I'll tell you about the product anyway, since we're talking about additives, right? It's more of a trade product, right? So I was at a trade show where, you know, Lubrimax were there, and, you know, of course I like to suss out all these things. That's what I do. I suss out everybody's information, and then I suss it out somewhere else, and here, there, and everywhere, and then I share it with you, right? That's why hopefully it's some of the best information, because we suss it out. We don't just go and make it up from whatever just because that's what we felt like, right? Well, sometimes we do. We make up our own stuff. If we've seen something 100 or 1,000 times, and we can tell you because that's what it is, then that's what it is. We don't need anyone else to tell us, because that's what we do, that's what we've seen, and that's what it is, right? But with the additives, I'm not that good at additives. I'm going to use other people's information. I'm going to, you know, gather information from any of these suppliers with what they'll tell me. Oh, we got the blue and red flashing lights over here. Somebody's in a bit of trouble. Look at that, eh? Trouble. I don't think we have to slow down to 40 because we're this far out. Kind of not on the same road, but hope not. Anyway, because, you know, you got to hit the brake to slow down to 40. If it was like this, if they were right there, bang, that's it. Anchors on. Anyway, back on topic. So that additive, right? The diesel, the Knockout, right? The Lubrimax product, right? You can get in little bottles, you can get in big bottles. The idea was, and this is what they told me, they said, and I'm not having a go at them, I mean, they're in business, they want to sell products, but I'll just tell you how it is, right? They said, well, you know, when you service the vehicle, you put it in there, you give it a good road test, you know, and then they get the car back, and wow, you know, because it works. So maybe it does work, because I did believe that, but it's just hard to tell. You know, I've tried to not use it at times, and then go, is it, you know, but I'm really having trouble trying to distinguish. I suppose all the different vehicles I drive, I really need to be on a big long trip with this car, the 120, to be able, and that's what I've done in the past, and that's where I came to my conclusion. It's a bit quieter. Look, the Lubrimax product, it says that increases the cetane 6 to 8 points. If increasing the cetane is a good thing, right? So higher cetane is good. There's no argument there, right? So if that's what it does good, works out to be something like, I don't know, 10, 12 bucks a bottle or something like that. It's 350 mil, whatever it is, right? Something like that. You know, the idea was, though, diesel Knockout, you put it in the car, and, you know, you think I'm fantastic. Oh, got Anthony to do the service, I've got it back, and it's run so much better and quieter, right? We're not up for smoke and mirrors. We don't do that. We just use it, and if somebody wants some, if there's somebody that comes to us, yeah, I can get you a, we just do a box, right? A box of 12, 120 bucks. It's probably gone up. It's probably 150 now, whatever it is anyway. But if you want a box, it's pick up only for customers that are coming to us to get injectors done. You know, you come and get a box once a year or whatever it is, right? It's 1 mil per litre. It lasts ages. So it is cheap, really. But I'm not telling you need it. I'm not trying to sell it to you, right? I'm not the salesman trying to sell anything to you. I'm trying to help you here, give you the information. Sometimes I've got to sell you things like injectors to make sure you get the right things. Otherwise, I could probably be doing something else. But anyway, that's what we've got to do. We've got to help out the people that want to listen and they want the help. So I reckon we've gone on just about long enough about these damn, you know, additives. So we've established that we don't know much about fuel additives, okay? We've established that there's at least one product that we make look good for you. You pour it in and it'll, oh, look at that, it's all beautiful. Now it's good fuel. It's whatever it is still in there, right? Maybe I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, somebody can put a link up to explain how some chemical like magic takes water and dirt and debris, whatever it is in there, completely out and it's just not in that bottle anymore, just like a genie in a bottle, it just goes whoosh, out of the bottle, let us know. Explain that one for us with a video. Thank you. You can put that link in the comments if there is one. If it's not suitable, then we won't put it up because we don't want misleading crap. You know, this is like Facebook now. In fact, I'm going to fact check. I'm fact checking. If I'm not happy with the facts, then they're not facts because I said so. Anyway, I hope you like that. A bit funny, you know. Not so funny because it's quite serious, you know. I mean, sometimes it is true and a fact, but you know, the fact checkers don't agree with it, so it's not a fact anymore. Anyway, right. So I think I've talked long enough about additives. Okay, I use the Lubrimax. What do I call it? Knockout in a blue bottle, because all the Lubrimax is in blue bottles, right? Australian company, mate. You know, so at least I try and like support the Australian company where possible. So, you know, that's it. I mean, you don't need it. It doesn't clean. There's nothing to clean. You want to keep your injector nozzles clean. Put new ones in every now and then because they'll do a better burn and the nozzles will stay clean. Old flogged injectors get dirty black nozzles built up with carbon and that, and so does the whole engine. It's inefficient. It's not running well. It's probably going to crack a piston. Nice, new, well, clean working injectors keep nozzles and combustion areas cleaner. It's pretty obvious. You don't need to put an additive in there to hide the problem. You just need to save your money. All the money you save on all these additives, you're going to get free injectors every 5 or 10 years. Think of it that way. I don't know. You know, however you work it out. Additives, changing engine oil, same crap. Anyway, snake oil, I guess. So there's my answer to that question. Hope you liked it. Like I keep saying, subscribe, turn the bell on so you don't miss the next one. Bada bing. See ya.